just being called to rest and honestly just like put it down. Just let it all go. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Today I want to talk about rest and what really is a sacred pause. Because I feel like in a lot of ways I'm in one of these right now, and I feel like a lot of people are in this liminal space where something just closed out or something is in the process of being closed out, and intuitively you know that there is another big thing that's coming up. There's something new, and you're being called to rest right now to get ready for that new thing because it's going to shake things up. I feel like this is something that needs to be talked about because in today's society, right, we have been conditioned into thinking your worth is determined by what you do, what you can produce, how you are of service to the world. So if you're judged by how much you can do or what you bring to the table, always, you're always striving to do something to prove your worth when you're worthy just because you are here, just because you exist. I always try to bring myself back to the fact and the statement that you are a human being and not a human doing. You don't always have to be doing something. You can simply just exist and find the magic in the mundane. In those moments that I feel like I'm not doing anything, I have nothing else on my mind except for being here in that present moment, I feel like that's when I feel the most gratitude, and that's when I feel most connected to the source. But rest. I haven't talked about this really on this page yet, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to make two separate videos and then a tandem video talking about different types of energy, the polarizing forces, which is divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy. They both stand for two separate things. They're both two different archetypes. It's the masculine is the electric charge, which is like your thoughts, whereas the feminine is your magnetic charge, which is more your emotions. And this interplay is existing in everything. Everything has that polarity within it. And it's crazy when you really, really get down to it. And I know this isn't the video that I'm talking about it in, so I won't venture down that rabbit hole as much as I can. But I needed to bring it up because of rest. The action, the principle of doing and constantly initiating something and being disciplined in that approach, going after it moment after moment after moment, is a more masculine quality. It's definitely not exclusive to men because men, women, whatever you are, everybody has a certain amount of divine masculine and divine feminine energy within them. You have both, and the goal is to try to balance them and come into union with them. It's like your inner marriage leads to your outer marriage type sense. And so when I say the action, the principle of doing is a more masculine principle, you have to think about what the masculine represents. Think about, I don't even know if YouTube allows this, but whatever, I'll just say it anyways in the most like PG-ish way I can. The masculine is like the penetrator and the feminine is the receptive force. So the electric charge, right, is the one that's putting something into motion. It's the initiator. Whereas the feminine is the receptive quality, the magnet that brings the things that they need to them. Both beautiful in their own right. And you need to have that balance of both in order to really succeed in this thing we call life. And that's why it's so important right now, especially to embody rest when your body tells you to. Simple, simple. And it's the hardest thing I think most people can do because you feel like you're falling behind on the eight ball. You feel like you're not being productive. You feel like you're being lazy. But sometimes, and this is very, very true. I'll say this first. Sometimes 10 minutes of inspired action gets more work done than an hour of forced productivity. 100%. To go even further, sometimes an hour of rest is better than 2 hours of forced productivity. When you are resting And I made a YouTube short about this, and I posted it on this page, but I wanted to make a long form video talking about it because it's an overarching theme. I feel like, especially right now with Schumann resonance has been going crazy for the past um, 10, 11 days, and we finally just got it to kind of slow down a little bit today. And it's a call to integrate the energies that we've been getting into honor what your body needs, which a lot of the time and for a lot of cases is rest right now. But where I was going with this, if I don't lose my train of thought for a second, um, and of course I do, bear with me a second. I got it. Resting is what allows your nervous system to see that you are safe. It puts you in a calm state. Your nervous system is relaxed, which allows for it to operate at an optimal level. A lot of the time, when you are constantly doing something, you're doing it out of lack. It's because you don't have something, or you need to get to this point in order to feel a certain way, or need to get to this point to get something in order to do something. And it's all these anxieties piling up on you without even realizing it. And what it does is it takes you out of homeostasis. You're constantly in fight or flight, in this survival mode mindset, that you aren't operating in alignment with your higher self because you have so many other stimuli affecting the way that you work. When you rest, when you come back to self and honor that you need to just detach, you hand over all of the troubles, all of the worries, you're handing all of that over to your higher power. And that opens the way up for everything else. Everything else. You're signaling to the universe, whatever you believe, right? You're signaling that it's okay, that you understand that you may not be where you want to get to presently, but you understand that it takes time and that things are always working out for your highest good. When you make that conscious switch to understanding that you are being provided for in every moment, even if you are working actively towards the goal, or honoring the fact that things take time and you understand what your body needs, you're still signaling that you trust that it's yours. It's already yours. And it always comes back to manifestation. It comes back to bringing in your desires, your dreams, your goals, achieving all of this, because there's a science to it that is just now catching up to the spiritual belief of it. And we're at a really, really cool intersection where you can literally be a master manifester like we have always been, because everything that exists here we've manifested into the physical plane as a result of our conscious or unconscious power, or consciously on an individual level, like bringing something forth that you invented, but all of these themes, all of these things that exist, we've manifested it. And so it's always about creation, because creation is always at the forefront of what we are here to do. We're here to love and create. But this one I definitely don't want to make too long. Honor. Honor when your body tells you to rest. You will find that maybe you get an aha moment after you wake up from a nap or something, or you go to bed an hour earlier and you wake up the next morning. You feel so much more energized to actually do that work and inspired to do it for a longer period of time than if you were forcing yourself to do it, even though you were tired and all you're thinking about is how much you don't want to be doing it. You know it makes sense. It's just hard to do. But when you really make that signal to your body that you are honoring what it needs and you rest, you open yourself up. You really let the magic happen. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment if you do feel called. Like, subscribe. Really appreciate all you guys joining here. And yeah, check out my link in my bio. I got my TikTok on there, but it's the same at Trev's Truth. We're building a community over there too. So definitely check that out and stay tuned.